Warner Bros. Chief Kevin Tsujihara steps down following scandal. Warner Bros. Chief Kevin Tsujihara, one of the highest-ranking Hollywood executives to be felled by sexual misconduct allegations, stepped down from the studio Monday following claims that he promised roles to an actress with whom he was having an affair. Warner Media Chief Executive John Stankey announced Tsujihara's exit as chairman and chief executive of Warner Bros., saying his departure was in the studio's best interest. Kevin has contributed greatly to the studio's success over the past 25 years, and for that we thank him, said Stankey. Kevin acknowledged. Earlier this month, Warner Media launched an investigation after a March 6 Hollywood Reporter story detailed text messages between Tsujihara and British actress Charlotte Kirk going back to 2013. The messages suggest. In a memo to Warner Bros. Staff on Monday, Tsujihara said he was departing after lengthy introspection and discussions with John Stankey over the past week. It has become clear that my continued leadership could be a distraction and an obstacle to the company's continued success, said Tsujihara. The hard work of every. Tsujihara's attorney, Bert H. Dykesler, earlier stated that Tsujihara had no direct role in the hiring of this actress. He declined for. Tsujihara, who has headed the Burbank, California, studio since 2013, earlier pledged to fully cooperate with the studio's investigation and apologized to Warner Bros. Staff for mistakes in my personal life that have caused pain and embarrassment to the people I love the most. The scandal unfolded just as Warner Bros. Was restructuring on the heels of AT&T's takeover of Warner Media, previously known as Time Warner. Tsujihara's role. Kirk appeared in Warner Bros. How to Be Single, but the details of the leaked text messages between Tsujihara and Kirk immediately put his future at Warner Bros. In jeopardy. Kirk wrote in one. Other exchanges suggested the kind of give and take of Hollywood's casting couch culture. Kirk was introduced. Warner Media, the studio's parent company, said Monday that its internal investigation into the situation, carried out by a third-party law firm, will continue. Tsujihara's exit follows other high-profile executive departures in the post-Harvey Weinstein Me Too era. CBS chairman. Are you on LinkedIn? Follow and keep up. The 54-year-old Tsujihara, the first executive of Asian descent to head a major Hollywood studio, presided over a largely positive Warner Bros. Era with little fanfare. A former home video. After poor marks from fans and critics, the studio's DC Comics films have recently been retooled and found their footing in hits like Wonder Woman and Aquaman. Other franchises. The studio will now begin a search for a new chief as it also prepares to launch a streaming service designed to compete with Netflix.
Raindrops, drop top, top smoking.